Okay, thank you for introducing your businesses, and we'll also get into that, how you introduced your businesses, because some of you, the way you introduce, you can't be an entrepreneur and you can't properly introduce your business. You should be ready to pitch your business whenever someone approaches you, but we'll get into that later. Okay, so now that we've got to know who does what, then we'll start, and I'm glad everyone does business. So we're not going to start on the part of someone getting into businesses, because you're already in business, right? So we will define wealth building. As you saw on our flyer, on our poster, one of the things we said we'll discuss is wealth building. Wealth building is different from making money. It's different in the sense that anyone can make money and anyone can spend money. Wealth building is different because it's long investment. It's long term. Making money, you can make money. Say I go into town today, ndorova around, $10. That's making money. That's not building wealth. So today we want to help each other to build wealth for the future, not money to spend now. Most of you are generally making money to spend now, such that the moment you say then there's no money coming in. Wealth building is different. Wealth is acquiring assets, is doing something that can even run in your absence. It's saving for long term, a business that you can do long term. For example, you can invest in a machine that's long term. It doesn't mean you have a big machine. For example, there's a guy who said he does chickens. I don't know which type of chickens he does. I don't know if he does fried chicken, chicken hatchery, chicken pieces, or what. He just said he does chicken. So in doing long term, if he's into maybe selling chickens, he can say, long term I would want to hatch my own eggs. So let me invest in a hatchery machine so that every time I don't have to spend money going to buy those little chicks. That's wealth building. You are looking in the long term, what will sustain you in the long term, not just selling that chicken at that time and there's no more money coming in. We understand each other. Then you can invest in academics. That's also long-term wealth building. But we'll also speak the type of people who have to go into academics, like who have to invest in education. We are talking about degree, master's, PhD. Not everyone is cut out for that, and it's okay. We are not all the same. Some people were given the IQ for academics. Some people were not. But it doesn't mean that if you're not, you can't excel in other things. So we'll also get into that. So you can be wealth building and investing in your academics because you are you're securing your future in what you're doing. You can also invest in wealth building by refining a skill. So we'll get into skill building as we progress. Amen. Then hand to mouth is practically what most young people, even adults, are doing. Hand to mouth is money making, is living on hand to mouth. Is just you get money today, you spend it today or tomorrow, then it's finished. There's no money to invest, there's no money to save. Though we'll also get into saving as we proceed. Right now, I'm just letting you know what mostly we'll be touching on. Then money making is short term. As I said, anyone can just make money. It's just short term. Wana marema biscuits, wana maria lunch, wana maria kombi. That's not wealth. That's just money that you're making for short term. So the reason why you need to build wealth is, as you grow up, responsibilities come plenty and they become heavier. most young people, you will see that, example, if I start talking about the guys, you need to marry. And in our culture, you need to pay rora. For example, roughly how much averagely does a young person earn if they're at a job or generally their business? How much do you guys earn a monthly? 100, 200, 300? What's the average figure? Or you guys don't even know your books. You say the money which comes in is in your pocket, then you spend. You're not calculating your inventory or how much you make or you don't make, the loss. So averagely, okay, I'll say, let's take a young man who is employed. That young man probably earns $200. And say they just work in either in a boutique, in a butchery, they work somewhere. They roughly earn $200, maybe to $250. Then our living expenses are quite high. That you notice, since how much are you left with after getting your salary or after removing your expenses in your business? Roughly how much are you left with? There's nothing left. Maybe 70. So maybe your expenses are around $130. Okay, so we say maybe to $50 to $70, right? Then vasikana muri kurorwa nemari mazwana. Tudzendi muri kuziva mari dzenyu. Imi mutodziziva. Nkomuna ngo ndoda uroro unotone figure. 7,000. Hanzi nasisi 7,000 mashonzi wakomana. And Sukurani 7,000. So I'll just put it maybe to 3,000 to 7,000 yataura nasisi yekurora. So you'll find kuto right, toti this person is saving $50 averagely to the minimum end. Ashida kurora futi ni 3,000, the minimum end yatataura. Per $50 this is a do or die every month. Imari kwenda pa side. Aisi mari yekuti yema emergency. Aisi mari yekuti ndazoenda out ndazodi. Imari kunzi every month ari kubvisa. This guy will need 6 years kunganza mari erora from a $200 salary if you do the math properly. And this is kana 6 years. So you see that as you grow, you can now rely on that salary or on that amount of money, because I see nyaya yekuti hapana zvauri kuita, but itori nyaya yekuti mari yako inogona kuzoshaya zvokuita zvakawanda. So that's why you need to learn about wealth building, because after warora toti waita 6 years dzacho idzodzo wazobetserwa maybe dzazokatiwa dzikaenda pa 5 years. Uchipinda futi mumba, hausi kupinda une imwe mari paside yese yaunga wakaseva yacho yanosara kumba kwevanhu. Then wadzoka kumba, you are now starting from 1. Muri kuda penyu pekugara. Kana maybe wanga ushandisa 1 room, makuda maybe 2. Kana wanga uchiri kumba kwevabereki, I'm assuming pa 200 yandataura papa pasina rent. Kakawanda uchiri kumba kwevabereki, it means wafana utanga kufactor in mari rent. Soon the baby will be on the way. Pane ma hospital bills, pane mwana anotodhura ari ega. So you see kuti chero tikasataura about money, it will still be needed. Tisatatombosvika even kunorora kwacho. Being in a relationship, it takes money. Unotobuda mari. Mukangoti hande kwakati imari. Mukangoti ngatite so kana kuti iwe even ukati andoda kumboenda kufunction ndikuda kuenda kwakati unotoda mari. So you see that everything falls on your shoulder, but as you grow older the burden becomes more heavier, and mari yako ikangoramba iri padiki, my responsibilities achikura, equation yacho inenge sasa balance. And saka that's why we need to learn to build wealth as we grow. If you're building wealth, iri kutokurawo uchikura, haisi kuramba iri pa the same position. So kuti ti build a wealth, tofana kuziva what we should do to build wealth. There are many ways to build wealth. I'll just focus on mama. We can't exhaust everything today. Since today was a food question and answer, inozotora some of our time. I believe apanamun akabva kuna Mwari ari empty-headed. Mwari paatakabva kudenga munhu wese akapiwa something maari chekuita. It's a talent. A talent, you don't earn it, you are given. My talents anosiyana. Even Bible takaona kuti that king who went far away pakasira ma-servants awo havana kuena those talents akapiwa, makapiwa one talent mawakapiwa. I won't go into the scripture, but vakapiwa ma-talents. Now ma-talents anosiyana. Most people think kana takutaura zvema-talents is about spiritual gifts. It's not. Ma-talent anosiyana. Umwe munhu ane tinongozoiti talent because of the lack of words. Umwe munhu anogona achitongobva from a well-up family, meaning wapiwa ma-opportunities for you are more than for vamwe. Umwe munhu ane IQ, zvatambotaura zvazvo kuti kana zviri zvechikoro zvemabooks, whether aisa effort yakawanda hana kuisa effort yakawanda zvinongoita. Umwe munhu ari gifted mumaoko, akangoona kuti ichi chinhu ndakachidai, but maoko zvinosiyana. Umwe can be gifted in dressmaking, pane vataura zvemakeki, pane makeke ndovanga vakatowanda. Vamwe vanhu vanogona zvekuweldera. Basa remaoko rakasiyana. Some people actually vanozoziva zvavanoita as they grow. Umwe munhu anogona kuti angotarisa yadi so otoona kuti apo ndikaisa kamukwidza, apo ndikadai, akutoita landscaping. So talents, they really differ, but apana munhu anouya ari empty. So tese tine zvatinogona, but challenge inosiitika ndeyekuti kana chisina kutaurwa kuchikoro chinhu ichocho kuti chakakosha, tinofunga kuti ma-subjects atakadzidza kuchikoro, like ukasagona maths, ukasagona science, ukasagona English, ukasagona food and nutrition, or all those subjects atinoita kuchikoro, then somehow you're failed. But kungozoti zvimwe zvikoro ikono zvakubroadena vana public speaking, someone can be good at speaking. Akataura newo unotenga usingadi, they can be good at marketing. Someone can be able to convince someone. Umwe munhu anotogona kungoti ukataura naye dambudziko rake, ari good in psychology to just assess you kuti unenge unodai. So a talent, you don't earn it. But talent iri yega aitisvitsi pa wealth building. You now need to make it a skill. So talent is what you get. You are given that. Skill is what you earn. You now refine that talent. Kana zvemaoko uchizvigona, wakunyatsokuona kuti inini pamaoko acho ndezvipi zvandonyatso wazviziva izvozvo wonyatsozvikwenenzvera. Saka ndikati indinenge ndine chipo chekuruka, like Sister Tendai said kuti I'm a hairdresser and ndinofara anything to do with beauty. Then ongogumira ipapo achingoemura uyu akaisa makeup yakanaka, uyu akarukwa zvakanaka. Then she doesn't refine iye kuti paatangire apagone haasi kugona kugadzira skill, and ukasagona kugadzira skill haugadziri mari, because God is more concerned what you do with your talent than what he gave you. Just like the story of the talents, makaitei zvandakakusiyirai. Umwe akati ndakaidai ndikamultiply mazoiwana yakati, ndakaimultiply mazoiwana yakati, umwe akati ndanchitya ndachengeta ndichitya kuti maybe ndinozorasikirwa. So you have to refine your talent to be a skill. Ikangoramba iri talent yega it's a half-baked thing. Awukwanisi kuita mari nacho. You can't make money out of a talent. You have to make it a skill. And then, to make it a skill, ndopanozo itakunge vanhu vakawanda vanosara. How do you make it a skill? Skill needs experience, development. Aumani, you can't rush kuti wakuziva kuti nasi ndinogona kulenda deal, ndinogona kutaura. You don't practice, you don't start small. Ungoti pana musi one okay paichazongondidana kuti ndivaitire marketing. You don't grow like that. Because with the motivation speaking iri around, vanhu vechidiki vakawanda, they think that they can just land opportunities without going through the experience. You have to start small. You have to learn. You have to fail. You have to start again. Fail. Start again. Correct mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Refine what you're doing right. So most people think, kana ndichingoita izvi panongozongoita one big opportunity richandivhurira. It doesn't work that way. Nenina nditoda kutora munhu wekuti anga akangogara ndomutrusta. Just like the story of the talents. I can't trust you with something big when you haven't done something small chandaemura. I would want to see your work. Chero ndikanzi ndafunga kuti undiitire keke remuchato. I would first need to see what have you done. But hai makeke ndosota, achingonditrasta makeke ndosota. It doesn't make that way. I'll need to see your catalog. I'll need to see what you have done before. So the skill is your responsibility. That responsibility rests on you. Apana anoku refinera skill yako. It's your own responsibility. You have to master it. You have to harness it. No one will perfect it for you. If you just sit, it will stay in that same position. Amen. So, but kana wazogona manje skill kuti wakunyasogona no ndanchichengeta huku pekutanga dzaifa 50 ikonodza kufa 20 ikonodza kufa 5. I'm getting better at my skill. You have to monetize your skill. Augumiri pakungoti there's a brother, my brother Chris Wati, and ndinoita clothing business. Auzongogumiri nekugadzira hembe uchidzisiya kumba kwenyu. You have to monetize that skill. That skill has to give you money. That is what we're now talking about wealth building. Satatangira in identifying. Maybe vamwe futi satatomboshove koko. Some people don't know how to identify their skill. Because vamwe vanhu zvavari kuita izvezvi, it doesn't mean kuti ndopavo chaipo. But it means kuti ndomkana, ndo opportunity yafana kuwana. Not everyone starts with what they are really good at. Or vamwe vachiri kutodiscover what they are good at. So I'll speak of 2 things that can help you identify your talent that you will refine to be a skill. One of the first things chaunogona kuita is know what you're good at. Kutongozvistarta iwe as a person, chimbomira kustarta vamwe vanhu. Kustarta kuti but ini ndinoimba. Ndinogona zvokuimba. Ndikanzwa uyu so ndinotoimba, ndinonzwa panoitwa discord ndanditozvidi. Ndinogona kuimba. Ndinogona kubata, ndinogona kugadzira izvi. But you have to be above average. Kana uchigona kutsvaira, pane vanhu vanotoita mari nekutsvaira. Kutsvaira chaiko mumba kuti akagona kumunakisa mumba. People pay for their services. Kuti I need some can be cleaning ladies, but pane vanhu vanoita in-house deco yemumba. Indoor deco kuti akakugadzira mumba akati no paintai madziro enyu kuti aenderane neheadboard, macolors enyu. But you don't learn that at school. But aneziso iroro. So it's something that you do, and you do above the average. Tikaisa muri 10, tikanzi itai chinhu ichocho, at least unopindawo mu the top 4. Tongokuisa moti isitogona kutaura ndogona kutengesa chinhu tokulainisa muri 10 toona kuti you don't even qualify, then it's not your skill, haisi area yako, because the moment you waste your time uchiedza kuita zvausingagoni because maybe unozvifarira. So some people vanoita zvokuti I'm passionate about this. Passion alone doesn't give you money. You have to be good at it. I've heard so many people achiti follow your passion, follow your passion. Umwe munhu anogona kufarira chinhu but azvirevo kuti iye anochigona kana kuti achazoda nguva yekunyatsochidzidzira, but it's easier to do something chawagara uchigona without putting so much effort, such that after 10 years chinhu ichocho hachisi kukunyanya kukudraina. For example, in mukati ndite zvema-spare parts, I once looked into it. Azvimo the time I would need kudzidza ma-parts kumanzwisisa, kuzoziva kuti radiator cap ine masaizi akati, kuzoti ma-spark plug akadai. That time time yandinotora ndichizvidzidzira zvinhu izvozvo, pane zvimwe zvinhu zvandisiri kutomboda kudzidzira zvandogona ndichitorefina. So the moment you try to do something chausingagoni, ukuisa effort and time and nguva iri kutofamba, than trying to refine zvawagara uchigona. Then kana wazoona chaunogona, have some people vari kutaurawo kuti unochigona, usazviridzire bhosvo wega kuti I'm good at this. Have some people who actually say this person is good, which brings us to number 2, that you have some people who've come to you for that service or tongoiti service. Kuti if you are good at problem solving, there are people who've come to you, ndine dambudziko rangu rakati andokumbira undibetsera. Munhu akutobva kuti nachizooti pandouya kwauri unondibetsera. Kana kuti uyu mukamona abika makeke, uyu totoziva kuti zvezvo function zvezvatoendeka. Kana kuti pamba ina ndoda kubhekerwa naNyasha, ndoda kubhekerwa naBella, ndoda kubhekerwa naThando, but ukaona uchizviti unogona makekes, pakanzi pagadziro remahara repamba, people won't even pick you. Then know that either hausati wagona chinhu ichocho or hakustori kwako. So there should be people to back up chinhu chauri kuti unogona. Kana uchigona kuimba, it's the same. A talent is not hidden. Anyone can see it. Zviri pachena zvokuti you don't have to put so much effort kuti vanhu vaone. Keke rinoshata toriziva ngoti keke harisi kudyika, musoro usina kurukwa zvakanaka tongoona kuti marukwa zvakashata sister, kana kuti makeup yenyu iri kuita kunge handizivi. So munhu anogona chinhu haanetsi kuona. So the moment kuti ukutry kuona validation yako muvanhu stereki, then probably you're not in your area yauri good at, because you can easily shine in a place you are good at. So ndambotsauka nchidzokera ipapo for people who don't know what they are called for what their talent is, but not most people will start there. Vamwe vanachangotangira pane ma-opportunities avo, pane mukana zvakungoenda noti wakazvarirwa kupi, uri munzvimbo ipi, unotangira ipapo. Then as you grow, for example, ndogona kutanga kushanda mushopu, hazvirevi kuti ndakagadzirirwa kushanda mushopu, but mukushanda mushopu mama I'll refine zvandakapiwa inini. I'll learn a lot of things there. We'll also get there pavanhu vagara vari kutoshanda. So apa I was just defining skill, talent, and now we are going to how to monetize your skill. So kumonetize a skill yako, problem inoita vanhu vakawanda ndeyekuda kutanga kutengesa chinhu or kuoffer a service asina kuona kuti ari kuioffer ani kana kuti iri kudiwa here. Ukazoona munhu akuti ndokumbira mundisupport, please support my business, please support my house, ndotodzokera here kumasina kutengesa. You did not do enough research, because monetizing your skill is all about solving a problem. first identify the problem. If you identify the problem, then you bring the solution. You don't start a solution. Problem. For example, ndogona kuti ndoda kutanga business remaruva and ndoda kutanga kurima maruva, but have I seen the need for flowers? So there are two ways to go about it. Either you educate people about that thing, which is the longer route. You are the first person, you benefit a lot, you are well known, you can teach others, you can earn a lot from it. Or one problem yagara iripo and offer the solution. So ukangoti dokumuro mutenge, it means that thing was not scarce, there was no problem, you're not solving anything, because apana munhu asingadi kuita solution ku problem yake. Apana munhu asingadi solution. Ukanduza kuti ndikakuudza kuti ndine nzara uwa ukati kutengesa chikafu, obviously ndikutochida chikafu, you are solving my problem. But ukandiunzira chinhu chandisina basa nacho, of which these things they vary from area to area. This is where market research, of which we are not going there today, this is where market research goes into place. Kuti do market research, kune nzvimbo dzinofaya zvimwe zvinhu, kune nzvimbo dzisingafaya zvimwe zvinhu. Kuti maybe, for example, South Africa, spinach pama vegetables is their most loved pama vegetables ekudyisa. But I noticed kuti in Zimbabwe, spinach is not so much loved. So unogona maybe watora the idea from your friend in South Africa, kuti I've got a hectare of spinach, and okay, never vanotora almost every day pama bundle ma 15 rand, which is $1 kunoku. Zvinofaya. Osvika waita spinach kunoku, waona kuti iri kukurumidza kusvava, haisi kutorwa nevanhu, yet vanhu vekunoku ndevekovhu. So businesses unogona kunotanga kutengesa nguruve kwakazara mapostori, dzotadza kutengwa, wofunga kuti business rakadhakwa. Izvo ndio usina kuziva kuti in this area do people need the solution. Woenda kuwange nemazi mink blankets ma 2-in-1 kunopisisa, havatengi machira that much. So you have to identify the area, then there are problems, then you come up with solutions for their problems so that you avoid begging for sales. Once you're offering a solution, people will come to you running. Then some people don't often kuvaratidza problem as a way of marketing. This apa tikutaura about monetizing your skill. You can show a person munhu atoziva kuti ane dambudziko handisi kubvira kuti life yake haina kumira zvakanaka, kuti pane need yekuti anogona kutospenda money on that. For example, ndichadzokera futi vemacake ndovanga vakati one day, you can say you don't have something to offer on an anniversary or birthday or what. Let me help you with that. I make the most delicious cakes. Waratidza munhu kuti uri kupererwa, hausi kuziva zvokutenga, but ndava nesolution, ndogona kukugadzira cake. Saka dzimwe nguva anga achingofunga kuti kune birthday, but anga asati atombotanga kufunga kuti ndichazotanga kupinda mutown, ndotsvaga gift, ndozodi, but watongomuratidza kuti if you are looking for a gift, vatoti ndiri kubvirwa kapo, I can make a cake for you. Watompa solution. Saka that person is most likely to come to you because watom identified a problem yana or watompa solution. You don't give a person the problem, unotsvaga solution elsewhere. What I not my cake akaita say. So this is part of monetizing your skill. You can show a person their problem. Marketing, I think tichatozongoita on another different day because it's very broad, so I don't want to stick on that. But you can show a person, it's either you identify with problem or you teach them could love this thing is important. But with social media, pressure, give her this caring, une chidhori chako, waratidzwa rudo, people now buy. But kare ungasina kana need nechidhori, they were taught to see a value of something. Then paku monetizer a skill. Don't be plain about what you're doing. You remember what we did at first? Everyone introduced themselves and what they did. Most of your answers were plain. Because this is also a community. Panogona pane munhu here arikutoda what you offer, but you said your business so blunt that sezvandambotaura kuti pataura zvehuku andisitoziva kuti huku dzipi nanasi. Sandogona kutoti mukoma Joshi komazaya ehuku pamwe amustori kumazaya. You should be able to talk about your business in the shortest time and present it well. Zvokuti after talking to you, vamwe vanozoita 30 minutes elevator pitch, maybe dzanyanya kuita pfupi stereki, but you can start ngoti minute raunotaura nemunhu akakuvhunza what you do. And vamwe vanotonyara. How can you be a business person ari kunyara kutaura about their business? How do you sell something? You can't be a business person uchinyara kutaura zvako. Unenge usati watotanga. Tinofana kutoneta nekukunzwa kuti you do this. Such that chero ndikazofunga kuti I need this service, or you are the first person that comes in my mind because you are visible everywhere. But mukangonditi like Brother Chris said, ndoita clothing. I'm yet to get also what he does. Vanosona, do you sew clothes? I don't know. He just said, I do clothing. That's too broad. And those with vanosona here, vanocheka here, vanobranda here. But he could have said, my name is Christopher Mpasi. I'm into brand clothing of businesses and sharing my message of Christ through clothes. Ndakutoziva zvese zvinechi sandoza ndikada kunyorerwa kuti idp hauiti izvozvo kana kuti ukada kunyorerwa kuti my youth hoye I don't know ndakuziva wandiratidza. I don't have to question a lot about what you do. Don't leave a person with so many questions about what you do. And umwe munhu atorina time yokunyanya kukuteerera for a long time, so you're given one chance for the first impression that you give a person. Then be visible. Social media it's a tool. How to monetize your skill. Social media is a tool. Let's use social media. There is TikTok, there is Facebook, there is Instagram, there is X. All these platforms. In any 95% of my clients come from Facebook. I don't have any walk-in clients. 95% ndaona uchingoisa phone yangu pa speaker is ndaona advert yenyu pa Facebook. And if I was not on Facebook, it means I'll be getting 5% of those sales. So be everywhere, be visible. Usanete kuoneka. There is your community muno church watotaura zvaunoita. Someone might say andanzwa muchiti munoita zvakati. I want that service. Andanzwa muchiti motengesa gas stove. Kumba ndoda kuzotengera pa Mother's Day apa ndoda kuzotengera mama wangu gas stove zvakamira sei. Andanzwa muchiti munoita zvemacarpets. Aindogadzira mota saka ndoda kunzwa kuti enyu ari sei. So this is also a community. Matotadza kutoratidza zvamunoita, but since we're here learning, you now know better. This is a community. Facebook is a community. Instagram is a community. TikTok is a community. Use those communities. Azvibhadharisi zvimwe zvacho. Unless kana uda kuenda kuma-sponsored and all. Azvibhadharisi. It just takes your effort to be well known. Kare zvaitonetsa waifana kushedzera kuti vanhu vakuzive. Kuti ndoita zvakati munondiziva unodi iko zvino anyone ari kugoko ari kwarusape ari kupi, they can still see what you do, and if they really want what you're doing vanokufambira. You arrange deliveries, you be visible. Then per pricing, we won't dwell much on that. Urukutanga, you want exposure, don't start premium. Usacharge mari dzekuti especially vanhu vari in your circle havadzikwanisi. What am I saying? Excuse me. For example, most of the people who see your stuff, they're in your circle, as in you're in the same age and all. And you can't afford a $200 cake. It's just going for $200. Most people in your circle, they won't be able to afford that. But as you grow, if you are building wealth, you can now say, I inform my events, my cakes, $400. But you don't start there. You start small, you learn your mistakes, you try again, you refine, but you don't give your skill away for free. It will burn you out. In India, at least with a voluntary work when we are building wealth, you can have freebies. But that's also part of marketing strategy. Do not but stop giving away your skill for free. Because this is wealth building. It will burn you out. That gratification, that drive. To keep going. But so you start small, then there's no need to compete with the best. You can learn from the best, don't compete. Usati uchitanga sekusona. Oda kutanga nekuto compete with the best designers. No, learn from them, don't compete. As you grow, for example, pane zvinhu zvandakatanga ndichitengesa tumanecklace $50 $2 ende zvaifaya atogona kutengwa 20 pazuva 10 pazuva. Then at some point I outgrew that. That is learning, that is outgrowing. Ndandakona kuti chero kati ukuda manecklace handisisina simba rekukuunzira nekudi, because it's taking a lot from me. I have bigger clients. Zvinotoitika hakusi kudada kudi kukura. Now I have to make sure to myself I'm at least outangira pa $10, $20. Chero makauya makadai mese mutenga zvinhu zvema 50 cents kumba ndikuenda ne$5. Asi wona ine kuwanda kwenyu mese. So you outgrow that phase, but you start from there. Imomo manecklace ema 50 cents, I learned a lot. I learned customer care, I learned communication, I learned my trends. So take that time to learn. Usakrumidze kuda kuita mari hombe. Then watanga business rako. Wealth building includes scaling up. Jandambotaura aurambi uri panzvimbo 1, but there are different ways to scale up. My motivational speaker, mamwe arikutiti kuwadze, arikuita kunge you can do this, you can't do this. You can do either you have 7 streams of income. So there are different ways of doing it. Iwe ndo wakuita enough research. For example, ndogona kuti ndomboenda kuna brother vangu wechicken ndodzokera ikoko kuti he's already into chicken business. He can scale up in that business. For example, anogona kutanga HR yake akuita chickens ake. Anogona achitengesa full chickens. Anogona achitengesa chicken pieces. Anogona akubika chickens acho. For example, huku yakazara inoita mari $7. Huku yakachekwa zvakanaka inobutsa mapiece mangani? 96. Huku yachekwa zvakanaka inobutsa mapiece mangani? 12 pieces. And so scaling up business zvakosiyana. Unogona kutanga uchichengeta huku dzako. Either wodzitengesa $7 yotoenda. And kana kukata into my pieces, wotengesa my pieces, I'm not sure ngoti vanhu vanopima vanoita sei. Or you can start saying, ndogona ngoisa sadza paside, but ndotengesa sadza nehuku. Meaning, handisi sadza $1 kanzvo zvachinji rapa pondo. Meaning kuti kana huku ichibudisa 12 pieces, dzinodyika. Roughly tongoti kana sadza rakuita $2 uri kuwana $24, but ikaidzosa tongoti $20 instead of kuwana $7 paukuwana unogona kuwana 20, but chete kazobvisa mari yehupfu nehuni nechi unogona kusara uri pa$15. So you see, the same chicken, you're scaling up, you are getting more. Or you can widen kuti ndiri kuita zvese ari kuda huku iri full ndiri kutengesera avo. That is scaling up in one business. So unogona kuona kuti one business iri unogona kukuitira zvinhu 5 zviri separate zvese zvichikupa mari dzakasiyana. Or unogona kuti kuhuku ndiri bone zvandiri kuita, maybe ndiri kungotengesa live chicken $7, but handisi kuda kuramba ndichiisa mari kuhuku, but I want to increase mari yandiri kuwana. But ndikatapamba pedu panodarika nevanhu vakawanda, ende vanhu anoswera vari pamba. Why not invest, maybe kungovhura kamusika kema-vegetables nechi, vanhu vanongouya vachitora imwe mari handisiri kushandira, but vanhu vari pamba vanogona zvingonditengesera zvichienda. Pastor, nguva dzedzamira sei? 30 minutes. Okay. So you can scale up differently. You can either scale up or to put money kumwe kune zvimwe zvausiri kuita. It's totally different, but it's giving you money kuti huku dzikanzi dzafa dzese, you are not risking it all pahuku. Maybe musika wokumba wasara uchitengesa zvinhu. And so that is a way of scaling up, though there are many ways of scaling up at Shamabati Nas. Then toenda patambotaura paya kuti should everyone do academics? I strongly believe not everyone was given the brain for academics. Then kune vamwe vanhu futi vakazoenda the extreme vakati chikoro hachina basa, chikoro chitori nebasa. But it depends the kind of school. Aukwanisi kuita doctor wonze chikoro hachina basa. Aukwanisi kuita an engineer wonze chikoro hachina basa. Those things, kuti ungotanga kuita basa, your certifications will be required up front. Saka aukwanisi kuti I think building tokwanisa kuigadzira so vanotanga vada kutoona your certificates. If you are a person ane brain, anogona chikoro, kuti unotozikamwa kuti unogona chikoro, zvisiri zvokudzokorora, zvisiri zvokurara makumbo ari mvura, zvisiri zvokunyanya kuisa effort so much, then you can go with academics and pursue them. Your place is there. Even nasindafara pana system ndivaposta the Stanbic scholarship per business group rekuchechi, matoona vatoti vakuda vanhu vane 13 points. Why vasina kuti vana vese vanoda chikoro ngavangouya vese, havatodiwo kuwaste resources kune vanhu vasiri cut out for that. It doesn't mean those people are useless, but it means in the area of academics they won't excel. Muchagraduate muri 1,000 per MSU, per GZU, per CAT, per NAST, per UZ. They will only take the cream. Apana munhu achanotora munhu asingagoni. Even if I have my own company, why would I take someone who's not good? Obviously, nichatoda the best student. And uchaona kuti mabasa acho futi oshi mashoma. So you see kuti if you're an average student, uchapesira wachengeta degree yari. Or even if you go, vamwe vanofunga kuti the more I learn, the more chances. But as long as you are not good, enda kuchikoro nokuti wagara unogona, usaende kuchikoro kuti unogona. Don't think if I acquire more, then they will recognize me. You are already recognized, but ukuda kuti vakubvume for the qualifications that you should. Then vamwe vanhu pane mamwe course asingadi long term degree nemachini, especially the practicals anoda umapoli, mana boiler making, diesel, plant fitting, electronics. Those things you can learn them from polytechnicals. They are mostly hands-on practicals. Then toenda pazvinhu zvokuti munhu akati umuitire chinhu ichocho haasi kuda kuona mapepa ako. For example, pasikana vanoita zvemakekes pane munhu akada kuona macertificate enyu asati agadzira makeke enyu. People don't need to see that. Why beauty? Pane munhu akati ndoda kutanga ndaona certificate rebeauty kuti ndione kuti nogona kugadzira face yangu. Those people lean on what they see. Havaneni kuti wakadzidza hauna kudzidza. As long as you are good at doing what you do, they don't. So there's no need yekunopedza 4 years uri ku-MSU uchinodzidzira beauty, unless if you want to do something sophisticated zvisiri zvekungozongoita uyu. You are eating your time away. So you need to go to people vagara vanozviita to refine your skill, to look for the best. Andokumbira kudzidziswa iko zvino sezvandambotaura social media. There are so many tutorials. You can be anything. Izvozvi ndakada kutanga kudzidzira kuita makekes asikana pamwe within 2 months ndakutomagona, because there's so much information from A to Z about everything. Unoribeka so ugoridai ugodai. The information is there. Landscaping, uda kudzidzira kugadzira mayard, unotanga so tenga matools awa. All that information, so you don't need to spend so much, because no one will care kuti wakadzidza kupi about that. Vanongoda kuona uri kugona here basa racho. Ukangoona your previous work, unorova iwe. So you don't spend so much time in acquiring a certificate for serving people who won't ask for that certificate. So there are many ways to go about it. And ndaunodzidza kuvanhu vagara vari kuzviita. Pane vanhu vanoita mashort courses, kana zvichida kuti ende kupoli enda, kana uchifanira kuenda kuacademics enda. But wherever you go, you can say ndaenda kuchikoro hapana chandakufanira kuita mari. Even if you are not going to earn money nezvauri kuita zvacho izvozvo. For example, mumwe munhu ari kuita civil engineering, ovati asaka ndokufanira kuena sei mari pachikoro, handikwanisi kuti tanga kufanira kudhroera vanhu maplan. Maybe usati wasvika ikoko kana kuti mabuildings anogona collapse, but you can find opportunities at school. Vanhu vanenge vari kunetsikana nekugadzira design graphics. Maybe you are also good at graphics. Wafanira kuita izvozvo. It doesn't necessarily mean uri kudzidzira this, that's ukuita medicine wakutofanira kuita consultants. No, medicine unogona kufanira kuita. You just have to earn business zvarunoita. You refine every time. Kana wapinda mazviri, pfungwa dzako dzinovhurika. Before you start, unoona kunge zvinhu zvakawandirwa, mikana mishoma. But once you are in business, you now see opportunities. Maziso ako anoita ungavhurika. You see opportunities. Apo pane kamukana apo. Apo ndogona kutoita izvo. So opportunities start when you are in business, not when you are outside. Akana uri kunze ririma. But when you are inside, you start seeing opportunities, because your brain is now yatrainwa kuona mari. Saka muonero wekuita zvinhu wakatosiyana. Pamwe ukatoona munhu akagerwa kutofunga makati anofanira kuti ndikamuapproacha munhu wakuona mari. But kana usati watanga business auoni mari and you are ever closed, and ukazoda kutanga kuzozviita later, it's like munhu anoda kuzotanga kudzidzira mamarathon akura. It's so hard. The effort you need to put, the focus, and sometimes kana wakura there is no space yekuita mistakes. Hauchakwanisi kuti rega ndimboita try this. Ndosa paunozongoona umwe munhu pabasa pangori achakwanisi kupabva. Chera kuti ndibvise kamari aka ndimbokaspina, haakwanisi kubva kuzikumba kwacho kutodiwa mapamba. Yacho wakuda kutospina ndokutodiwa yemapamba kumba. So when you are young, you've got these opportunities. You can make mistakes, you can rectify them, you can try things. And kakaonda zvauchatanga nazvo, it won't pass, it will fail. Izvozvo chitozvidzidzayo. Usakurumidze kuti watanga chinhu, you easily throw it down. Uchiti izvi zvaramba. Have the patience to see it through. Dzidza apa ndatadzei pabusiness iri. Maybe the idea was right, but the execution was wrong. Pamwe wagona chinhu but you are not visible. Wazoti hakuna mari but you are not. So dzidza kutarisa pane error yako, then you fix it uchigadzirisa uchienda. Then kune apa tataura nezvavari kuchikoro kuti you can start doing something. Then kune vari pamabasa. Vamwe vakatongotanga achibva form 4 vabva vawana mabasa, right? There are two extremes also. Pane vanhu vanova very relaxed vari pamabasa. kuti ari kutoona salary iyo yakamukwanira $200 iyo, ari kutoona zviri zvese, yet when you grow older responsibilities anowedzera. Poita mumwe munhu futi akutozvi ini zvokushanda handitode, akukurumidza kutobva nditotanga zvinhu zvangu. No, those are two extremes. Be in between. Take your job as a learning opportunity. Dzidza, usade kuita mistakes ese wega. Mamwe mistakes umaonere pamabusiness evamwe. Zvimwe zvinhu dzidzira business management uri pabasa reumwe munhu. Don't be in a rush to live. Don't be in the state yekuti hapana pana mari. Some businesses are good for experience. Anokupa imwe exposure yekuti people would pay for. Vanhu vakawanda vari kuda apprenticeship. It's learning on the job. But iwe utori pabasa pacho. Learn as much as you can. Hapana business unonzi apa handina kudzidza. You might not learn that exact thing, but you will learn some business ethics. You will learn zvinhu zvakawanda zvinoitwa mubusiness. And iwewe kana uri munhu anononoka pabasa, if you're always late, you don't know how to communicate with clients and all, ziva kuti rako business uchangowear that same character. Richatongofoira nekunonoka kwako nekusagona kurongeka kwako. So pavanhu vari kushanda, take that opportunity to learn a lot, to network. Handisi kuti torerai mabosi enyu maclients, learn to network, dzidzai mastrategy. Zvinhu zvinotengwa so, zvinhu zvisati zvapera. Bosi wako panokuudza kuti tell me zvinhu zvisati zvapera mustock so that I order. Iwe usazotwa nebusiness rako, unomira kuti zvinhu zvipere mustock. Watodzidza kuti we order things before zvapera. So take that opportunity to learn. Let it be a learning curve for where you are. Then you grow from there. You take a small amount of money. Go a question and answer. Okay, so I won't proceed more into that, but I think because of our time, I'm sure Charles will recover on our next youth cash talk. So or some other questions that you thought would be addressed today and not addressed. So when maybe I address the question that will address. So now we leave this time for my questions, then we answer those questions.
Okay, so before taking up more questions, these are the additions that I have.
Okay.
On Jean-Blas Tower, so we are running against time because it's now 25 to 6. We're done by 10 to. Palipawati, learn to monetize your skill. Not to monetize a skill. Have you ever seen one very gifted but yet suffering in life? Look at the guy. Those guys are not the saxophone here. You know that guy. Those guys. But how many people can play the saxophone but they are not making money? Those guys who are he knows he can play saxophone. Then I want to don't go na but I have to monetize it. So but he's not the best player in Zimbabwe. He only learned to monetize it. You see, by looking for occasions where that skill is needed. So when Wakawanda is not because I want a skill. When Wakawanda is because any skill, but also skill and how do I make money from it? 3 days. So right now with their birthdays, because of exposure, now you are seeing the way people do birthdays, do anniversaries, and surprises. So what's now happening is those instrumentalists, they are getting into that space. So nobody might talk about monetizations, and I'm going to an example any closer home to Zimbabwe, where you see those people running to surprises, you see and all that. So maybe can have monetization. Then the other things I'm just adding because I was listening as well as talking. In visibility, what about visibility? Since you talk about wealth building, it's right. With a business, you will never build wealth unless you become a brand. Trying to become a brand. My name is Mavias Bwandi. You don't do business being known as Mavias Bwandi. You will not make money. You make money, but you will not make wealth. Just like Strive Masiwa is a name, Econet is a brand. Make a brand. I'm making cakes. One must not say my cakes they are bela. people must say, my cakes come from sweet tots. I don't know if it's a name. That way, once you make a brand, you fight to make it work. Yes. Don't attach yourself to your business. So if you are really serious about making money, make what you are doing a brand. Start from there. It's like find someone who can develop a logo for you. If there's a graphic designer, do that logo for my oil. What's the name? Don't put your name. Don't put Bella there. Just like Strive Masiwa. We know because it's from Zimbabwe. Travel at the airport. This founder is Bill. The founder is what? Steve Jobs. But look, it's called the airport. It has nothing to do with jobs there. That way, so you create a brand. A brand, it's like you have given birth to a child. Yes. You do everything for that thing to work. So now once you have a brand, the next thing you need is a logo. A logo identifies you. A logo identifies you. A logo identifies your business, that brand. Just like Wachikoba does gas, he calls it Gallo Energy. We now know that he's the owner, but he calls it Gallo Energy. And every time you present to my clients, yes, you are the person behind the business, but make that business a separate entity. Like Josh, don't be known with Josh Anotengisa Wongo. Chicken in, rather than what you put that Josh. It feels more personal.
Yes.
Unozotora more personal. So unozotora pizza chicken in your shata. Children will talk about business, but we don't know the guys behind Simisa brands. So and people in like me, I've got my own business. We were discussing I've got my own business. I put separate into two streams. Once I have another stream. But if you see that business, you will never know that I'm the person behind that brand. That you create. So you know, nature brand. You see, so what are the things recognized? What are the things that you must have when you talk about a brand? You have a name. Sit down, have a name. Must not advantage AI. You can go on ChatGPT. Or what you put on my chickens. What is a good brand? You know, you apply maybe banana Zimbabwe, but don't take maybe on a chicken slice chicken in Jawan deal. And then you build them not going to put AI over what depending on my logo concepts. My logo concepts are not good. Don't develop your logo from AI. You make a disadvantage. Because AI logo producer also another person almost the same concept. Well, I'm going to as a graphic designer did you put something like this as my concept logo? Anyone who's doing into graphic designing whatever. So what I'm saying, you have a brand, you have a logo. Can we write a logo on social media? You have a page for your business. You have a separate kana chisona ndiri tendai kana ndiri ndinoruka maybe ndiri tendai ndinoruka musoro saka kana ndiri tindo braids you have a page whereby kumbira my clients ako kuti after I do something because business radio but I'm sorry it's based on visibility can I take different angles I'm not also bring out your face definitely kumbira kuita that because business rako is based on me seeing and about TikTok sometimes you shita musoro kwemunhu do videos as you are doing. For those people that need videos, there are businesses where people really need to see you doing something for them to believe in you. You see? So, make your business a brand. Give it a different name. Don't give it your same name or whatever. It's very different. Because unochora you on a personal level. Boss my braids are tindo akashada because your name has been mentioned. Not my emotions. But my braids I don't know which saloon name that you can do. Find something that is so just not my brains. Don't take it like that's the starting point of any business. Make it a brand. Put my carpets ABC. You know better now. And every day knowing that you have got a brand. You wake up with something to work on. But you can't person so whether you're making chickens or whatever, do you know that who could say that no chicken is Baba Johnny there? It's just a white man alone. Vuma Road. I'm not going to pack up a Dutch, but no Shandira. I'm not Baba John. Look at your how does it be Baba John? What's the room? But why are Baba John chickens? It's a brand. but akada kuapila because Mulungu akada kuapila to the African market. It's just a brand. You never know the person behind. You're not going to know the person on the street, and you never know that this is the failure guy. So it's not better in your business, and you wake up trying to make your brand work. This one not good. You always can own a brand. You make it. You wake up every day trying to make it work. And when you communicate in a way, but change your brand name if they are dealing with you in business. All right. Wakasone wakupi t-shirt this guy wear lighthouse. That way you push the brand inside. Don't push your name inside.
Yes.
You see. And change my emotions that are high. Then last but not least, then next identify in Kalakune business. In the business graphic design. Graphic design, I will do my designs, whatever. Like maybe the youth flyer there, I'm the one who did it. Then the graphic design. But Dakatanga Kuva graphic design about 3-4 years ago. Dakata discussion I want to leave graphic design, but that's why it's a dying industry. That's why it's a dying industry. Because AI paya pinda is now killing graphic design, new web design. Identify area yako. The area is now a dying area. Because kune ma methods are pinda. So what you know? It's a photo ya AI. You no longer need me.
Yes.
You no longer need a graphic designer who a few times. Yes. You can cartoonize yourself. What you have to print some photo. So it's now a dying industry. A dying industry. I was meaning for myself. That industry. So the industry is it dying? Is it dying? Or are they other generations? I saw this and I don't know was it AI. Salon test it all process guy. You know cases. Kuna chimo cha kana kubibayizo chunosho watu fake zolezo. Ongora bashimoshira mvano. Shicho kukweli urashije. Sasa mwana nobisa makweli nawo ya. I do want dollar kubisa makweli. It's not going out. It's a dying industry. Sasa was in as much as you are getting into business, wona ila kaona tirakufa why? Nanda kuona 2-3 clients a month. I used to get about 30 clients a week. It's introduction AI. We need a logo. He's just going to go for ChatGPT. We need a logo for a pharmacy. Then go for ChatGPT. This is a pharmacy logo. He downloads it, goes to the client over that logo. So they will never come to me because I'm charging 25 US for a logo. And the guy just went away. So I identify those things. Better in terms of my major text is make yourself a brand. Go and make yourself a brand. It's better to spend a month and with a brand as story a week. Make yourself a brand. Decide the logo, decide the colors, protect your brand, build it. Can you communicate with anyone? Say photo yako, even a business line, a personal line. Say photo yako na boyfriend yako, wanashinda kuoda ma chickens. Why talk about order no romance? Put your brain. It's just chickens. Hello, you program your WhatsApp. This is Chichi. How can we help you? Then you've got your line. And at the same time, one scriptures. After scriptures, over one who never cuts hands after the next status. You can make up share order. I've got my own business WhatsApp and you never know it till we communicate on a business. You don't know status a business, as you don't do it as a business. If you don't have to do that, we can work with a professional. Pull up what I made before clarity's sake. Last week, I then received a call from a lady who owed much. So once I want to advertise on Facebook, I make my awards. Because I want to advertise on Facebook. No matter what it's okay. So how can you start? What it's okay. So I don't listen to that man, but I talk about. I don't send my one day, but I talk about. How do I know? It's so good. How do I know that the man will not deliver? No matter I will deliver definitely. No matter in the profile yangu pa Facebook. Ndakavula 2018 my page and there are about 1,000 plus followers. The page yangu and that how can I steal from you now? Zvakada kuita ndezvakada. Saka ndopakabva alright it's okay kutona even chero WhatsApp profile when you post on the WhatsApp call nechichero nema working hours in alright it's okay I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt. Then akabva asenda mari over equal cash and that chinhu chakandipa in upper hand. Just imagine tutaura naye over face yako pachidriver chitori. That kills confidence.
Yes.
That alone kills confidence. Remember, this is a big organization. I'm not good dealing. Boss but this is scam. Although I'm not a scam. It's like a brand did not pay. I did business for you. Then I delivered. Past week, we closed the business. I about thank you and whatever. But je can't pay as a bonus but je can't pay good data or an brand. But it was not personal profile for young man in a Cooper. So a brand will help you a lot in doing what you want to do.
Yes.
So let's say in facial, it's actually your persona and your name and whatever. Those things are what this world is crying for. Seriously. But tell me, do we have 1 or 2 questions? You definitely have questions. Do you have 1 or 2 questions? Concerning, I thought about it, but I didn't go, especially on watches. But I'm going to top up. I was starting anything new. 1 or 2 questions. I'm going to go with $100. Do you have cash? If you don't have, then you must have questions. I know she has a lot to say, but we have another session of it. Do you have any questions about what we've said? I'm in business, remember. So today I'm not talking as pastor, I'm talking from you as business. I do business, she does also business. So let us help each other. We have to have money and lots of it. But it starts on these little steps. Any questions? Okay, can you give him the mic so that everyone can hear? So I'm going to pass up through the mic.
Right. Mavias, you said you get 95% of your clients on Facebook, right?
Yes.
So I assume you do paid ads. So what's your take on asking paid ads for those who are starting small? Because I think we neglect the aspect of doing paid ads for business. So do you want to do paid ads for scaling or maybe just paid ads because they're allowing you to go to the next level? Because you say that you customers. That's why I'm okay, so some paid ads. Okay. Should we do it or not do it? First question, and how do we go about it? And also how do we do delivery for paid ads as well?
Okay, thank you. Yes, I do paid ads, but I'll have to ask you, are you making money without doing paid ads?
Not yet.
So if you're not making money, then you have to change the way you're doing something. If you are continuously doing something and it's not delivering the results that you want, then you have to change the way you're doing it. I do paid ads. Pastor does paid ads. Anotorana differently all the time. We are always running on ads. At first, before we could afford paying ads, kwaiva kukanda ma post every day. In I would post morning, afternoon, evening, midnight. I would wake up to post. But now almost everyone is now marketing on social media, which means the way paid ads, sponsored ads work is they go to the highest bidders. So their algorithms are controlled by machines. Saka iwewe kana usina kubhadhara, Facebook is also making money. Havasi kutombonakirwa nemi chete, vari kutogadzira mari refu. So they want people to pay those ads. Saka iwe usinobhadhara ad, zvinhu zvako hazvipushwi out kuti visibility yako ive out there. You understand? Your visibility is not pushed out if you are not paying. But if you pay good dollar, then they say, see this client, he's a client of ours. This person is paying, see their stuff. It goes to a reach. And if you see for my paid ads, I think Pastor was the one, maybe on the how. On the how, he's the one, this past 2 weeks, he was researching more on the best ways you can do. There's nyaya yekuti reach yako iri kufanira kusvika kunani and all. I think is the I think is the best person vanogona kutozonyatsokutsanangura how to properly do the ads. But yes, paid ads give you a better leverage than generally posting. Posting, maybe is suggesting people you may know, people in the same groups. But paid ads, scroller. If I have, they've got those audios. The moment I go back on Facebook, why are they showing me curtains? So the moment you pay your ads, it's now showing everyone who's had a little bit interest in that thing. If it's clothing, or someone who has searched for clothes before, they now start showing that ad to that person. You can now refine your search. Oh, okay. So you can now refine your search. Are you targeting females? Are you targeting males? Are you targeting both? Do you have an age? Because currently I'm more focusing on rings, engagement rings, wedding rings. But now I realized, what does a 60-year-old need a ring for? So ndakugumira kuti at least per 50 vachiripo varikurola at 50, so I give them that benefit. But most of my clients are 25 to 35, so zvakudependa nezvakuita. But ads, they will give you results. To make money, you have to fork out money. You can't make money uri stingy. So if you want to go to another level, yes, it's part of marketing. To earn money, you have to spend money if you're now really serious about making money, because you get clients that you wouldn't have gotten on just random posts. I'm always on ads. Ad and it expire mangwana, and by mangwana again, I'm always on ads. And I have to make sure but then monitor your ads. See could I produce a result. Sometimes refine them. Sometimes ad right, but maybe Maria or spend, maybe you're spending for $4 a day. That's too much. That's too much on spending on an ad. Zero your product cost. For example, I think some ring 50 cents. Then I'll sponsor ad $20. After a week, that's where I'm busy. $10 or $20. I didn't make a profit. So see the type of things that you're selling, the prices. Kana ma t-shirts akwa ashtangira pa $10, $15. How about you look at ad $20? Because you know, at least if a day I get one person who buys a t-shirt, yeah, but that ad, the rest of the 7 days is now profit. But okay, it's an ad $50, t-shirt $10. You need 5 people to pay for your ad only. Tiskatauri, the labor, the material, and everything that you put into that product. So you have to do that analysis ratio before you sponsor ads, and sponsor wisely. Then ukanyanya kuseva futhi tumari, it doesn't go that viral. Then there are days that my ads are no andiro, my Valentine's, Easter, April, everyone is sponsoring at that time. So your ad will need more money. It won't go so much viral. I don't know if you answered. Okay. And is there anyone else with a question? A question? May I please know the time?